Hello.
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 Hello, everyone, and welcome to After Campfire. My name is. I forgot to take myself off anonymous mode. Give me a sec.
Hi, my name is Sam Rubenstein, and this is After Campfire. Now, I know what you may be wondering. Sam, what's up with all this video editing?
No one's really wondering that.
Well, okay, I am. No one even lives with me. Alright, so all jokes aside,
Liar.
Alright, I had to keep that one for myself. But, in seriousness, let's get started. Last week, I asked Henry, what's next? Because I was sad. Because the world keeps making me sad. And I asked in like two parts. What do I think is next versus what do I want to be next? And the problem is, what I think is next and what I want to be next never are the way that things go. Like, did I think that, the President of the United States would say that we should inject ourselves with disinfectant? No, I didn't. Is it what happened? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Are there people still trying to defend him as, like, saying that he didn't say that? For some reason, yes, and I'm very confused. Because that wasn't what I was expecting to happen, nor was it what I wanted to happen. But it's what's happened, and so what I expect to happen is things are going to get worse. I'm not going to go much more in depth on that. There's people protesting. There's a lot of stupid going on. And I just don't know how I feel about it. And what do I want to happen? It not to get worse. I would love to go to camp this summer and everything be okay. Will that be possible? I hope so. I'm an optimist. But who knows? Definitely not me. Now, excuse me while we make a quick transition so that I can remember the next part of this video. All right, so Henry asked me, what is a situation where I would do something that goes against my normal instincts? And for me, that's a lot of times, but also not. So I had to, like, this was tough because, like, I don't know which examples to pick from because I have a lot of normal instincts, obviously, because humans are complex creatures that have more than one base emotion and more than one base concept. So I guess my answer, I think the one that I'm going to choose the most is we had an issue at camp with a camper who had to be sent home. I didn't want this camper to be sent home, and I don't think the camper should be sent home. And everything about the concept of this camper being sent home didn't sit well with me for like hundreds of different reasons. And I don't want to go into that much detail about like why, because I don't want to get in trouble. But it was a junior girl who she was having some issues staying with her cabin, getting lost, listening to the counselors, things like that. And she, she wasn't a bad kid. She was just a bit confused, and she was put into the wrong age group. And there was a lot of things that we could have done before sending her home that didn't happen. And so, when the decision was made, and it wasn't even my decision, I wanted to fight and argue about it because it just went against everything that I was thinking of. And I think I made my comments, but I didn't argue as much as I could have, and that's really tough for me. So that is my answer. Is I am usually a little bit more of an argumentative person, but I also know when I shouldn't argue, and that was one of those situations. So I guess that's an answer. So that could be my answer. It's a really hard question, like really a hard question. I don't know. Um, so I'm not going to ask Henry a question like that. But what I am going to say is, Henry, I'm pretty sure you've noticed that I did some video editing for this. During the quarantine, I decided that I was going to get back into a lot of the video stuff that I used to do, especially when I was in college. And I was always a really bad video editor. But I found this software called Filmora 9. They should sponsor us. Um, but I downloaded Filmora 9 because it's really like user friendly and easy. And I've been obviously playing around with video editing, trying to work on some things. A lot of just really corny, schlocky stuff, but stuff that I think would be pretty interesting to try out. Um, and so but on the other side of that, there's a lot of relaxation stuff that I've been doing because what I've noticed a lot recently, especially online, is there's this argument going around whether it's, okay to sit and do nothing, like play Animal Crossing all day, or if you need to be developing a certain skill and how can you be productive during the international global pandemic that's just killing people? What are you doing to better yourself? And I feel like it's a really unfair question because that's really hard. And like sticking to one full time, like trying to say you should always be productive is unrealistic. But at the same point in time, using the time beneficially, even if it's not productive, is still important to me. So this question has two parts, and I'll answer it in two parts as well when it comes back to me. But it's what's one thing that you're doing to feel like just relaxed and kind of chilled out, and what's one thing you're doing to feel like you are bettering yourself or being productive? They can be different, they can be the same. Just explain why for me, With that said, I will see you in like 2 weeks when I post my next video and you post your video in the week in between. You get how this works at this point. All right. See you later.